The most important factor of a wedding is who. People were like, oh, move the date forward so that what? They moved the wedding to 2021. Till now, they're still not married. Excuse me, we don't know when Corona would end. And boom, just like that, Corona happened. You are enough. You are enough, Jireh, you are enough. I will be content in every circumstance. Oh, Jireh, you are enough. Hi guys, how you doing today? Welcome to Life Lessons with Queen Billion. So how have you been? How's life been treating you? What life lessons did 2020 teach you? One of the main salient lessons I learned in 2020 was the fact that you can actually keep things very simple. That you can actually chill. That you can actually take life easy and not have to do things the way everybody has always done them. You know the craze in Nigeria about having big weddings, big parties, especially when you come from large families and everybody loves to party, everybody loves to have a good time. But yeah, well, you know, my wedding, case in point, we're planning for over 8,000 guests. You know, they all was already set in motion. The caterers were set, everything was, the live band was set in motion, and then boom, just like that, Corona happened. And you know, people, I don't know if it's out of the goodness of their hearts or out of their own, I don't know, selfish interest, I don't know. But you know, a lot of people were like, oh, move the date forward so that what? So that you cannot come and eat rice, or so that you can come and party. Excuse me, we don't know when Corona would end. So, and the most important factor of a wedding is who? The husband and the wife. And like I always tell people, like, sorry, like, if the husband is present, the wife is present, and the person that will join them is there, please carry on. So basically, we had to like rethink the whole idea, rethink the whole plan, and we had to bring it down to 50 guests, which was what was the maximum allowed as per Lagos State's, you know, rules and regulations as at that time. And it was so beautiful that at that point, you know, 1,000 people, do you even talk to 1,000 people? We had to like, you know, come to the point of, okay, who are the people I want to see on the day of my joy, that I am not going to feel like, oh, this person missed it or whatever. Yes, you have close friends, you have best friends, you have friends, you have family members, you have acquaintances, you have extended family members. But you know, like one of Steve Harvey's shows that I watched recently after the whole thing happened, you know, one of the guests on the show was like, oh, she wants to have a big wedding, about 300 or 500 guests. And herself and her husband to be were struggling with the number of people to invite or who not to invite, because okay, I think where they were taking the wedding to was far, and they would have to make arrangements for everybody. You know, there was a whole lot of back and forth that was giving them a whole lot of stress. And Steve was like, hold up. All these people that you are saying you want to invite 300, 500 guests, how many of them are on your contact list? The list started dropping. He said, okay, how many of them can you confidently call up if you are in a stranded situation? The number dropped. How many of them would show up for you when the chips are down? The number dropped to like 50. He said, those are the people that should be at your wedding. Because at the end of the day, people of God, Wedding is a beautiful thing, marriage is a beautiful thing between two families, but cut your coat according to your size. So we had to streamline the whole thing just because Corona happened. But then looking at the whole thing, reason why we do big parties. Yes, there's a lot. It's every girl's dream to have a lavish party. Yes, by all means, you can afford it if there's no Corona, if there's no restriction. Why not about gathering? Why not? But for someone out there that is so hell bent on having a big party because of other people, not just because of yourself or because of your style, I think you should have everything. Have everything. One of my friends that their wedding too was supposed to be May last year, 2020. Because of family and all of those orishi, they moved the wedding to 2021. Till now, they're still not married because Corona is still in town. You got me? So please, that's one of the life lessons I learned in 2020 via Corona. That keep life simple, keep things simple. You don't have to do things just that's the way everybody does it to have a good life, or just do it because that's the way everybody is doing it to have a nice party. It's and from the people from the close family and friends that were there at the wedding, they were all like, wow, this is the most intimate and refreshing wedding party I've been to, because there was more than enough. There was more than enough. So that's one of the main life lessons that I have learned, in recent. So I try to keep things simple. I mean, if it's not so necessary, you don't need a crowd. Yeah, you don't need a crowd. I have always been someone that doesn't like to roll with the crowd anyways, but then my dream wedding was a carnival. My dream wedding was supposed to be a carnival, like a long train carnival. As in, I already had my Ashebi girls group, I had my bridesmaid group. So that's to tell you, like, the Ashebi was supposed to come from India. You understand? So everything was, but then Corona happened. But then I value and I appreciate the fact that it became simpler and smaller, and I look back and I'm grateful. Nobody's saying that, oh, I didn't get food at your party. Or, oh, our dress wasn't so nice, it's tacky.
Somebody's gonna go love me one day. One day. I don't dare wait, don't stay too far away.
You know how people are. You have something to say about everything. But then, hey, close, intimate people that are just happy for you and will be there when you come rain, come shine. You know what I'm saying?